What if I told you that the secret to a more successful career and a more fulfilling life is not about working longer hours, but working smarter hours? What if the key to unlocking your full potential is hidden in your ability to simply focus in a world filled with constant pings, notifications, and endless scrolling? The power to concentrate has become a modern-day superpower. And today we're diving deep into the book that teaches you how to master it. Welcome back to DreamAIReview. Today we're exploring Cal Newport's groundbreaking book, Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. Published in 2016, this isn't just another productivity guide. It's a manual for thriving in the 21st century economy. Newport argues that, in an age of constant distraction, the ability to perform deep work is not only becoming rarer, but also more valuable than ever. If you've ever felt like you're always busy but never truly productive, this book holds the answers you've been looking for. It's about reclaiming your focus, producing your best work, and ironically working less to achieve more. So, are you ready to learn how to work hard and, more importantly, play hard? Let's get started. At the heart of Newport's philosophy is a simple but powerful distinction: deep work versus shallow work. Imagine a master craftsperson, completely absorbed in their work, shaping a masterpiece with intense, uninterrupted focus. That's deep work. Newport defines it as professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limits. This is where you create new value, improve your skills, and produce work that is difficult to replicate. Think of a software developer writing complex code, a scientist developing a breakthrough theory, or a writer crafting a compelling narrative. This is the work that truly matters. On the other side of the spectrum is shallow work. This includes all the non-cognitively demanding, logistical tasks that fill up our days. Answering emails, attending status update meetings, posting on social media, and shuffling papers around your desk. These activities are often performed while distracted. While they might feel productive because they keep you busy, they create very little new value in the world. The danger, Newport warns, is that our modern work culture has become obsessed with shallow tasks, creating an illusion of productivity while our capacity for deep, meaningful work slowly erodes. The first step to transforming your professional life is learning to recognize the difference and consciously prioritizing the deep over the shallow. This leads us to Newport's central argument, which he calls the deep work hypothesis. It's a two-part idea that is more relevant today than ever. First, the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare. Our workplaces and personal lives are designed for distraction. Open-plan offices, instant messaging platforms, and the constant pull of social media have fragmented our attention spans. We are training our brains to crave constant stimulation, making sustained focus feel almost impossible. How many times have you sat down to work on an important project, only to find yourself checking your phone just minutes later? This is the modern dilemma. But here it's the crucial second part of the hypothesis. At the same time this skill is becoming rarer, it is also becoming increasingly valuable. In our fast-paced economy, there are two types of people who will thrive: those who can work effectively and creatively with intelligent machines, and those who are stars in their field. Both of these require the ability to master hard things quickly and to produce at an elite level in terms of both quality and speed. Both of these abilities depend directly on your capacity for deep work. So while everyone else is caught in a whirlwind of shallow tasks, the few who cultivate the skill of deep focus will gain a massive competitive advantage. They will be the ones who innovate, create, and lead in their industries. One of the most appealing promises of Newport's philosophy is the work hard, play hard connection. This isn't about glorifying hustle culture or working yourself to the bone. In fact, it's the exact opposite. The goal of deep work is to maximize the quality and quantity of your output during a finite, concentrated period. By dedicating, say, 3 to 4 hours a day to intense, uninterrupted focus, you can achieve more than someone who spends 8 hours in a state of constant, low-level distraction. This efficiency allows for something Newport calls a shutdown ritual. At the end of your designated workday, you consciously and completely disconnect from work. This means no more checking emails at dinner, no more mulling over work problems before bed. You shut down your work brain and allow yourself to be fully present in your personal life. This complete disengagement is not a luxury. It's essential for recharging your mind and maintaining the energy required for deep work the next day. It allows you to enjoy meaningful leisure, spend quality time with loved ones, and pursue hobbies, all without the nagging guilt that you should be working. By working deeply, you earn your downtime, creating a sustainable rhythm that leads to both professional success and personal fulfillment. To help us integrate this practice, Newport provides 4 practical rules. The first rule is to work deeply. This isn't about waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about being systematic. Newport suggests creating rituals and routines around your deep work sessions. This could involve choosing a specific time and location, removing all distractions, and having a clear goal for each session. He also outlines different philosophies you can adopt. The monastic approach involves eliminating shallow work almost entirely, like a secluded academic. The bimodal approach involves dividing your time into distinct periods, such as dedicating several days or a week to deep work and the rest to other obligations. The most accessible for many is the rhythmic approach, where you make deep work a regular daily habit, like setting aside the first 90 minutes of every workday for your most important task. The second rule is to embrace boredom. This might sound counterintuitive in our entertainment-saturated world, but it's crucial for retraining your brain. Newport argues that if you can't resist distraction in your downtime, you won't be able to resist it when it's time to focus. The goal is not to take breaks from distraction, but to take breaks from focus. This means scheduling your internet and phone use rather than using them as a default whenever you feel a moment of boredom. Practice being alone with your thoughts, whether you're waiting in line, walking, or commuting. By building your concentration muscle during these moments, you'll find it much easier to enter a state of deep work when you need to. The third rule is perhaps the most controversial. Quit social media. Newport's advice isn't a blanket condemnation of technology. Instead, he advocates for a more intentional approach. He suggests you stop using the any-benefit mindset, where you justify using a tool if it offers any small potential advantage. Instead, adopt a craftsman approach. Identify your core professional and personal goals. Then, for each tool like social media, ask a critical question. Does this tool's positive impact on my goals substantially outweigh its negative impacts, such as the time and attention it consumes? If the answer isn't a clear and resounding yes, you should consider abandoning it. It's about being the master of your tools, not the other way around. The fourth rule is to drain the shallows. To make time for deep work, you must be ruthless in minimizing shallow tasks. This means scheduling your day in advance, giving every minute a job. It means becoming more difficult to reach, forcing people to communicate with you more thoughtfully, instead of through a constant back and forth of instant messages. Newport also suggests quantifying the depth of every activity and setting a budget for how much of your time you're willing to dedicate to shallow work. By aggressively protecting your schedule and pushing back against the tide of administrative creep, you create the large, uninterrupted blocks of time that are essential for producing your best work. Now, let's look at this through our modern AI lens. Newport wrote deep work before the recent explosion of generative AI, but his ideas are more relevant than ever. AI tools like ChatGPT or programming assistants can be seen as powerful amplifiers for both deep and shallow work. On one hand, AI can automate many shallow tasks, drafting routine emails, summarizing long documents, or generating basic reports. This can be a game changer, freeing up significant mental bandwidth and time that can be reinvested into deep work. Imagine using an AI to handle 80% of your inbox, giving you an extra hour each day for focused strategy or creative development. However, there's a flip side. If we're not careful, these same AI tools can become the ultimate source of distraction, pulling us into a cycle of endless low-value creation. They can make shallow work easier and faster, tempting us to produce more of it instead of tackling the hard cognitive challenges that define deep work. The true AI-powered professional will be the one who uses technology not as a crutch, but as a lever. They will use AI to drain the shallows and to augment their deep work sessions, using it for research, brainstorming, or overcoming creative blocks, all while maintaining a state of intense, human-led focus. The future belongs to those who can partner with AI to achieve new depths of thought, not those who let it keep them paddling in the shallows. So let's quickly recap the main lessons from deep work. First, recognize the critical difference between deep work, which creates real value, and shallow work, which just keeps you busy. Second, understand the deep work hypothesis. The ability to focus is becoming rarer and more valuable, giving you a massive advantage if you can cultivate it. Third, remember that by working deeply, you can achieve more in less time, allowing you to completely shut down and enjoy your life. And finally, follow the 4 rules. Work deeply by creating rituals. Embrace boredom to train your focus. Quit social media or use tools intentionally, and drain the shallows to protect your time. Deep work is more than a book. It's a call to action. It's a philosophical, yet incredibly practical guide to reclaiming your attention and producing work that you can be proud of in an increasingly noisy world. What are your biggest struggles with focus? Have you tried any of Newport's methods? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this summary valuable, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to DreamAIReview for more insights, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.